So news coming out right now. I was just scrolling online and seen Tank Davis sending a tweet, and he was responding to something that somebody said, and then I went into that tweet and I seen he said this. I seen the clip about Richardson Hitchins, the fire on the pass. I didn't know when this was. It looked like it was an older video a little bit, maybe last year or 2 years ago, back maybe. Um, and it said Gervonta Davis giving Richardson Hitchins the fire on the pass. And he was just, working on the pads, and him and Tank was making a video or whatever. Tank said, I done helped a lot of weird, you know, as you can see the rest. And, that's the second time somebody called Richardson Hitchins weird lately. Why everybody calling him weird? Keyshawn was calling him weird. Then Tank was calling him weird. I'm not even going to lie. Recently, but I'm not going to say what I want to say as far as that, but I had a thought that came through my mind before all this happened, and two of those thoughts were actually correct, but I'll just hold on to those for the moment. But yeah, Tank sent shots at Hitchens. I don't know if he did this as an alley-oop for fight week, just to give us a promo or whatever, because I seen him, say something to him and then be back around him again. So, that happens this generation, or, a lot of these dudes. I done seen them dudes to call each other all kind of words these days, be right back with each other. I don't know. That's just how they play these days, I guess, or friendships. That's how it is. But as far as I know, I don't know. People I've came across, we ain't never played like this, especially online. But I don't know. These days it could be something just, he just taking a shot at him or playing with him, just a jab at him or whatever. But definitely took a notable shot at him because a lot of people seen it. Had about 5,000 likes at the time. I don't know if he'll take it down or whatever, but yeah, it's fight week, so maybe he's just throwing him an alley-oop. And everybody be like, oh, what is he saying about Hitchens? And then, he'll bring up some marketing. That could be something that does happen. We've seen that happen plenty of times before. But yeah, man, taking shots at people. I just want to know as far as what the situation is on the fight. Now, this is where things get a little shaky for Tank. What are we going to hear as far as the fight? I don't like the energy I be seeing, bro, these days. It's a lot of capping going on. Like, I know people like to use that word, but you're doing it. That ain't the good thing. Too much capping going on right now. Like, he's the face of boxing. Why everybody ain't asking when the fight's coming up and what's the direction we going? What's the next two fights we looking at for him? Canelo already has his 2 fights set up. Like, what are we doing? Canelo can set up 2 fights, and we don't know what Tank Davis' next 2 fights is? Are we insane right now in the sport of boxing? Don't tell me we moving like that still. Come on, man. You can have all the money in the world. We still moving like this? We ain't even fighting for the bread no more? What's going on? That's my thing, because it's a lot of pressure people put on that Haney and Garcia fight, and it was nothing but hot air. Don't nobody even want to bring it up no more. Dudes talked about something for 365 days, and now nobody don't want to bring it up no more. Y'all see why I didn't want to hear half of that stuff? But when it comes to fights like Tank, we can't hear nothing about what he got going on or nothing from the media. I'm talking about from the media. And y'all doing a million interviews, man. Figure out what these dudes got going on, man. We want to hear about the sport. Hitchens fight this week. I got something he said probably a month or 2 ago. I ain't heard people talk about still. And he was talking about some real, he said some good things over the last year as far as his interviews. He be giving out some of the best. But matter of fact, he gonna say something this week that's probably, I'm gonna predict, he gonna say something this week that's gonna go viral. Or should be. Because he said something else that should have went and it didn't. So I don't know if it'll go viral, but for me, it's gonna be notable. So I'm gonna definitely look out. But yeah, Tank sending shots at everybody. Letting it be known. Is him and Lamont Roach still on good terms? He ain't really said nothing to him. We gonna see it in the press conference. When all that come around and they get to talking about, if the last fight come up, that's when you gonna see We gonna see how friendly Lamont Roach and Tank is. Everybody said, Tank ain't want to act like that in front of Lamont Roach mom, and we gonna see if he ain't gonna want to do nothing next time in the press conference when they start talking about the needs and everything else when that come up. Yep. And then people talking like T.O. and Tank next. I know that ain't as far as my mind. I know it's not. That would be a huge mistake on both of their parts, to be honest with you. But yeah, a lot of news coming out. But yeah, we need to find out what's going on with Tank, man. Like it be 3 or 4 months going by in the face of boxing, and then people say people hate him and don't like him. Yeah, cut that out. Don't nobody got no problem with Tank Davis. If it was, people would be trolling him right now. So all that people hate on him and all that stuff, I don't never want to hear that again. That was never true, and everybody that said that looks very crazy right now. When people used to say that last year, oh, and this year, and people just hating on him. They just want to see him lose. Okay, but yeah, this response to Richardson Hitchins. This is a big deal because we're gonna see if this is just talk and promotion. If this is just talk and promotion, I'm gonna say this. This is even worse. Because if you go back and look, there's been a lot of stuff said, and all that is just talking promotion. That's kind of like what Keyshawn be doing. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.